Guys, I'm back with another few chapters from Renee Watson's Some Place More Than Others, and I will pick up with chapter 5. I wake up at 4:30 the next morning. My eyes are stinging with tiredness, and they don't really want to open, but I know that while I am lying here in this warm, cozy bed, there's a line wrapping around Nike. I get up and I'm dressed and ready in less than 10 minutes, teeth brushed and all. I walk down the hall to Mom and Dad's room. I knock twice before deciding to go in. Mom? She turns over. Mom, you have to wake up. It's time to go. She groans. Mom, you promised you'd take me. Amara, honey, I know, but this baby and Thai food did not agree. I was up all night. I can't right now. Give me a few hours. A few hours? Mom, there's no point in going if we don't go early. Mom turns on her side, bends a pillow under her head. Mom, Amara, I'm not saying no. I'm saying not right now. That is saying no. If we don't go now, by the time we get there, my size will be gone. I'm not going to get Amara Baker. I stop begging. Switch up my strategy. Well, can I order them on the SNKRS app? Do you get the employee discount on the app? No, but we'll go later. Close the door, please. I go to my room, text Titus to ask if he is going. Knowing Titus, he's already there, but either he doesn't have his phone with him or he has it and it's not charged. I get back in bed, but now that I've been up, I can't go to sleep. I wait. Every now and then I can hear a car driving down the street. The tires demolishing puddles. Every 30 minutes I go to Mom's bedroom and hold my ear up to the door. 5 o'clock, she's still sleeping. 5:30, she's still sleeping. 6 o'clock, she's still sleeping. 6:30, still. And then at 7 o'clock I hear Mom walking down the hallway, down the stairs. I run downstairs. You ready, I ask? Mom is at the stove scrambling eggs. Mom, we don't have time for that. There's always time for breakfast, Mom says. These eggs will be ready in 2 minutes. I should just say never mind. Should just say let's spend our Saturday morning doing something else because I know there's no way I'm going to get shoes today. We finally get in the car and make our way to the employee store. Once we turn on to Knowlton Street, I can already see this is going to be even worse than I thought. Traffic is backed up so bad we can't even pull into the parking lot. The first thing Mom says is, all of this for some shoes? This is ridiculous. I don't even bother to remind her that if we had come earlier, we wouldn't have to wait in traffic. Once we're in the parking lot, we circle it at a snail's pace to find a spot. Nothing. Just when Mom calls it quits, I see Titus walking out of the store with one bag in his left hand and one in his right. Mom rolls her window down and the cold air rushes in. Big T, she yells. I see you got in. Where'd you park? I'll follow you. Nothing in there now. Might as well go home. Unless you come in to get some headbands or shoelaces. He's laughing, but I don't think that's funny at all. Then he nudges Titus and says, but Titus hooked Amara up. Titus walks to the passenger side of the car. I roll my window down. Size 8, right? He hands me the bag in my right hand. Mom erupts in gratitude. Oh, you didn't have to do that. That's so nice of you. She goes on and on so much I can hardly get my own thank you out. Titus says, when my dad told me your father was out of town, I kind of figured you weren't coming. Oh, your dad told you? I sent you a text this morning. Titus takes his phone out of his pocket. Oh, my battery is dead. I open the bag and there they are, the newest pair of Jordans. Thank you, Titus. You're welcome. Mom says to Big T, how much do I owe you? Come on now, he says. You already know. You don't owe me anything. He steps away from the car, refusing to take any money. A horn honks and Big T motions for Titus to come over to him. Look at us holding people up. We better let you go. They walk away. Thanks, Big T. Thanks, Titus. I shout out the window. Titus smiles at me, and as soon as we drive off, Mom says, "See, it all worked out." I want to ask if we can stop at McDonald's on the way home, but I figure I can't have it all. Mom and I are at the dining room table, which is actually cleaned off, filling out the invitations for my birthday sleepover. I have a stack, and she has a stack. Even our handwriting is opposite. Hers more like pearls, mine like hoop earrings. "Mom," I ask, "am I the reason Dad and Grandpa Earl stopped talking?" I didn't plan on asking, not right now, but I can't stop thinking about what I saw in that Bible, what I heard Mom and Dad talking about. Mom sets her pen down. "Absolutely not, sweetheart. Why would you think that?" "I overheard you and Dad." I say overheard because it sounds better than telling her I was eavesdropping. "I know Grandma Grace died the day that I was born, and I know Dad and Grandpa Earl stopped talking 12 years ago." "Amara, no. Your Dad and Grandpa Earl have some things to work through, but it has nothing to do with you." I want to believe her. "Why aren't they talking?" I ask. Mom thinks for a moment, then says, "That's your dad's story to tell." She gets up from the table and goes to the built-in bookshelf next to the fireplace. She takes a photo box from the bottom shelf, opens the lid, and says, "But I can tell you some of my stories." Mom spreads photos and letters, postcards and greeting cards all over the table. I pick up a card that has one small red heart in the middle of it. When I open it, I recognize Dad's handwriting right away. "I can read this?" I just ask to make sure. "Yes, you can look through all of this. You know, before texts and emails and FaceTime, there was just good old-fashioned handwriting on paper," Mom says. "Maybe you'll find something useful for your project." I look through Mom's pile of memories. Photos of Mom when she was a baby nestled in her mother's arms. Postcards from her college friends, cards from Aunt Tracy. Mom walks into the kitchen where she left her cell phone and calls out to me, "What do you think about pizza for dinner?" Sure, yeah." I can't even think about eating right now. I am full from the feast spread out on this table. Chapter 6. Dad is missing church, and I can't wait until he gets home tonight to tell him that Mom and I actually went to Titus's church. He's going to be so disappointed, mostly because at Titus's church they serve coffee and donuts in the foyer. When Mom and I walk into the building, an usher who is wearing a black t-shirt and jeans says, "Welcome, and help yourself to our coffee corner." I walk over to the long tables that are covered with trays of donuts, muffins, and scones. There are 3 black dispensers on the table, one for coffee, one for decaf coffee, and the last one full of hot water for tea and hot cocoa drinkers. "What do you want, Mom?" "Nothing. We just ate at home," Mom says. "Plus, I can't gulp down hot coffee. Church will be starting soon, and we can't take food into the sanctuary." I point to the man who's walking into the sanctuary with his own travel mug of coffee. "I don't think it matters if you drink in the sanctuary," I say. Behind him is a woman carrying tea in one hand and a scone wrapped in a napkin. "Are we at church or the movies?" Mom asks. "Mom, come on, let's go in." Mom puts her arm around me, guiding me inside. "But can't I get a donut?" "Look, I see they have different norms here, but you know this is not what we do. We walk past the pews in the back and see Titus and his family sitting on the left side near the middle." Titus's mom waves us over. I call her Aunt Sophie, even though she's not my real aunt. She's like a sister to Mom, so that makes her family. I wish Mom was close to Aunt Tracy, my real aunt. Wish I could know what it's like to go to church with her and my cousins. We slide into the pew, stepping over feet and bags that are on the floor, and sit down with them. Titus looks like he looks at school, jeans and a hoodie. Big T and Aunt Sophie are a little more dressed up, but not by much. They both look like they'd be comfortable if we all decided to go to the movies after church. But not me or Mom. My feet hurt in these pointy shoes, and Mom would definitely be overdressed if she went to a theater looking like that. No matter how much I told Mom that Titus's church was casual, she insisted on us wearing the clothes we always wear to church. It's what we do, she told me. Another thing we do that is a clear difference from Titus's church is talk back to the pastor as he preaches. At my church, the congregation is always saying amen and yelling out, "Yes, Lord," but not here. Here they don't even clap after the choir sings. Mom and I both learned that the hard way. We both started clapping right after the last song, and the couple in front of us jumped, literally jumped. They were so startled. Big T gets to laughing, then Aunt Sophie and Titus get started, and Mom and I are tickled too. This is the first time I know I won't get in trouble for laughing in church. After church, we go to dinner. After we order and are good into our meal, Big T says, "So Amara, I hear you have a birthday coming up." Aunt Sophie asks, "What are you doing to celebrate?" "Well, I wanted to go to New York with my dad, but instead I'm having a slumber party." I'm not trying to start a whole conversation about it. I'm just telling the truth. I couldn't have known that Big T and Aunt Sophie think me going to New York is the best idea ever. They both tell my mom, "You should let her go." But Mom is not having it. Without saying much, she just gives them a look and says, "There are many reasons why I don't think it's a good idea." Big T can obviously read her eyes. He says, "And that might be why she should go." Mom, Aunt Sophie, and Big T start doing what adults do, talking in code right in front of us because they don't want us kids knowing what they are talking about. So rude. I turn to Titus. "Want to go play some games?" I ask him. We leave the table and go into the game room. I know they are talking about Dad and Grandpa and me wanting to go visit. I know Mom is giving all her reasons why letting me go is not a good idea, but I am hoping that whatever Big T and Aunt Sophie are saying to her will change her mind. We'll read one more chapter. We'll read chapter 7. Monday morning, I wake up, and the first voice I hear is Dad's. He is in the kitchen talking with Mom in hush-hush whispers. I get dressed and ready for school and join them at the kitchen table for breakfast. When I get downstairs, I expect Dad to greet me with arms wide open and a gift from LA like he always does whenever he comes back from a trip. But instead, he's quiet and barely looks me in the eyes. Mom, too. She's sitting at the table, raking through her scrambled eggs like they're a pile of heavy rocks. "Good morning," I say. They both talk at the same time, slow and empty of emotion. Morning. I fix my plate and sit at the table. "How was your trip, Dad?" He clears his throat. "It was good. Yeah, it was, good." Mom gives him a look. "What's going on?" I ask. "You tell her," Mom says. In an instant, every sad story I've heard from my friends about their parents sitting them down to talk floods my mind. This is either the "somebody you loved has died" talk, or the "we're getting a divorce" talk, or something else that is definitely going to ruin my day. Mom says, "I'm sorry, Amara, but we have to cancel your birthday sleepover." What? Why? Dad says, "Because it'll be rude of you to have guests over when you're not even here." His stern face breaks into a wide smile, and he and Mom laugh and laugh. "You're going to be with me. I'm taking you to New York for your birthday." I look at Mom. Is he serious? Really? Mom is nodding. Yes, he's serious. "And you're letting him take me?" I ask. "Hey now, he's not letting me. She's not letting me." "I'm letting him," Mom says. "It's only for a week. I actually think it will be good for both of you. We think it will be good for you to know your Grandpa Earl and the rest of the family, and it will be good for your dad to reconnect with them." Dad adds, "I'll be working. This is not a vacation for me." Mom and Dad have a whole conversation with their eyes, and I don't even try to interpret it. I'm going to New York, and that's all that matters right now. On the walk to school, the first thing I tell Titus is that I am going to Harlem to visit my dad's side of the family. So the suitcase project homework assignment worked? He asks. I don't think it had anything to do with that. She just changed her mind. She thinks I need this and that my dad does too. We cross the street, stopping at the median because we won't make it across this wide street before the light changes. You should become a lawyer, Titus says, or a sports agent. You just negotiated with your mom and got your way. And somehow you have her thinking this was her idea. You're good. I laugh. So you have to help me come up with a must-see list, I tell Titus. Tourist stuff or real New York? Both. Okay, well, there's the obvious, Times Square, Statue of Liberty, and people like to go to the top of the Empire State Building, but we like to go to the top of the Rock. You get better photos there. Titus bends down to tie his shoes, and Central Park is nice, but I like Brooklyn Bridge Park better. You can see Manhattan, and other than a few couples taking wedding pictures, it's not that touristy. We cross and walk the last block to school. The sidewalk is more crowded now that we are closer to school. We weave in and out of clusters of people and make our way into the building. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to do, Titus says. Titus says this so casual, like he's not talking about New York City. I need you to get a little bit more excited for me, I tell him. You get to go to New York for whole summers. What do you do when you go back to visit? I ask. We mostly stay in Harlem and visit family. So what should I do in Harlem? You'll like 125th Street. There's a lot of shopping there, and maybe you and your cousins can go skating at Riverbank State Park, Titus tells me. I don't know, just whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Everything is a big deal in New York. Titus shakes his head. You're going to wear your dad out. I can see it now. You and him going all over the city. I can see it too, I tell him, and I can't wait. And that's where we will stop for today. That is chapters 5, 6, and 7 of Renee Watson's Some Places More Than Others. And Amara and her dad are headed to New York.